Yo, whether you like Marvel or DC, today is the day. NERDSoul. Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, we're about to get into another wonderful episode of On Screen. We got 2 coming today, and it's going to be the bomb. So let's get it started. Thor Ragnarok is a gem in the making. We've seen the trailer. Now we've seen the official. Well, we saw the teaser. Now we got the official trailer, and the look of this is just crisp, it's vibrant, the world is alive. We've got a ton of just like picturesque backgrounds, and I see how they're pulling the, kind of like the visual identity of Guardians and the kind of like the galaxy and the galactic kind of colors and vibrance and the primaries on over to Thor Ragnarok. And it seems like the story, the way Thor tells it, in kind of a jovial manner, but it's just like, hey, lost my hammer, so that was yesterday, and now I'm here. And it's funny to see him in a situation where he's down and out, but he's not completely depressed about it. He's like hyped to see the Hulk, and he's not too much worse for wear. And when you see Thor and the Hulk together, it's a perfect pairing. Like ever since the Avengers film, everybody's like, you know what? They kind of work well together. And this film, from the teaser to now the trailer, is showing that in spades. I mean, you got scenes at the end like this.
Hulk like fire, Thor like water.
Oh, kind of both like fire.
But Hulk like raging fire.
And even when the Hulk asked Thor, or excuse me, when not the Hulk asking Thor if he wanted to fight, he was like, oh yeah, of course. And it's moments like that that really shine through, that are real funny, and bring a little levity to a situation with Hela where they could potentially lose all of existence. But before we go any further, let me remind you that you can find me on Black Hollywood Live. That's right, the first online network for African Americans. Super dope. And you can find them at blackhollywoodlive.com. Celebrity interviews, after shows, sports talk, geek, nerd, tech, the whole shebang at youtube.com/Black Hollywood Live. So we got a new team, we got a new terror, and we got to deal with Loki again. But when we see Loki this time, it looks like he is getting down with some laser Gatling gun goodness. And that mixed with Carl Urban in the house, all bald-headed, and you got a whole host of crazy costume designs, some creatures, and just a real fun feel, along with music and a kind of like just highlighter color look. I think this is something that'll be perfect to kind of remind you of the summer months out in November, because by the time you get to November, it's like, man, the summer's over. We don't have a lot of action films. It's more kind of like biographies or like straight dramas because they're heading for the Oscars. And then you get a little peek back into the craziness, which is the summer movie season. So, you got Hela, you got Thor, you got this new team, and you got the best statement from Hela when she's talking some smack to Thor, where she's like, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm the goddess of death. What are you the god of? And Thor was like, y'all must have forgot. Y'all must have forgot. And yo, man, with that last shot, I am definitely ready. So guys, holla at me, I'ma holla at you. You better be ready to see Thor, because if you're not, what are you gonna do in November? Anyway, there's one more thing you can do. Next up, speaking of November, we have the new trailer from Justice League. And straight up, it's awesome. We open up with Wonder Woman killing it. It's almost a situation where you're looking at like, yo, is this Justice League or is this Wonder Woman too? But the cool thing is she busts in and makes her entrance. People are shooting at her. She dodging bullets. A dude tried to bust her in the head with the gun, but she turned around like, I'm about to snap your whole neck. Of course, she still has the slide move that kills them all, but she just really shines in the beginning of this trailer and really cements herself as like the apex of the DC cinematic universe. Like right now, regardless of how you felt about the first two films, Wonder Woman has been objectively a hit across the board for a lot of people. I know there's some people that don't like it, but for the most part, it's the best DC's dropped. And I'm glad to see her getting this kind of like, you know, this spotlight, if you will, at the beginning of this trailer. But we follow through to see Batman, the rest of the team pulling together. And it's interesting to hear the kind of like the radio talk or the airwaves and news clippings or whatever of people saying like, where's the Gotham Bat? He's nowhere to help. Let me tell y'all something, Gotham. Y'all gotta decide whether y'all want Batman or not. Do you hate him or do you love him? Because you can't tell him that you don't want him, and then when he leave, be like, where he at? All right, that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, if that's how you feel, that's all I'm saying. But we get introduced to our villain who is not playing. He says there's no protectors, there's no, you know what? Matter of fact, I'll let him tell you.
No protectors here. No lanterns. No Kryptonian.
So you know things are now serious because even Apocalypse thinks that Earth is theirs for the taking. So now the Age of Heroes has got to return. And we've got all the heroes I think we need except one. And that one, okay, let's be honest. DC is trying to act like we don't know Superman's coming back. All right, they played a clip. They got Alfred like, you told me you would return, but I didn't know it'd be like this. Or something. However we say it, it's like, dude, we know it's Superman. Just turn the camera. It's Superman. He's probably wearing his black suit. It's been kind of tipped off in Instagram that we're gonna get the black suit Superman. If so, I'm down. I wouldn't mind seeing him in the suit of the last set of Krypton stuff or maybe All-Star Superman kind of outfit. But either way, we know Superman got to come back because I love our heroes. But we know that when Apocalypse comes, Darkseid is pretty close behind. And when it comes to Darkseid, we're going to need a little more firepower. When we talk about firepower, we're going to need that Kryptonian and maybe a Green Lantern or two. And that's what excites me the most. We have this action. We got this comedy. The Flash is killing it. I love the way they animate his movements. Cyborg looks like he's not only able just to talk to tech, but also control it in this, because we didn't know how far they were going to take his powers in this movie. So we're getting to see an expansion of their powers, exactly how they're going to work together. And I am all for it, man. Aquaman is killing it. Dude's like surfboarding on parademons all the way down an old building. And I've noticed, DC think they slick. I've noticed that they're fighting in like the most desolate of areas. It's like Dragon Ball Z, where they would always end up fighting in some like mountain range with like no human life around. I see what you did there, but we're gonna let that slide. We're gonna go on and move on. I'm loving Justice League. Guys, holla at me, I'm gonna holla at you. Tell me what your favorite part of this trailer was, because it's hot. It's real hot. I have no problems with this trailer. This trailer is magnifique. So next up and last on our list is Ready Player One. I heard it's a good book. Never read it, but I am definitely into it right now. There's tons of 1980s themes. Of course, the nostalgia thing is really killing it for the last, 5 to 10 years. Everybody wants to take it back. So this movie seems to be right up everyone's alley. You know, you see the Iron Giant, you see Freddy Krueger. There's so many things about this world of Oasis that just, it makes you want to see it. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, regardless of how I feel, I got to see how this plays out. And, you know, we're talking about living in the stacks, which is just, it's an interesting world building tool in itself. And then the generation of the missing millions. It's just so much to mine from this, so much to learn from this. And I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't be mad at trying to make this a franchise. But what we get to see in here is some magnificent effects, like some crazy just visuals all throughout. And it's almost to kind of akin to the Matrix, where once you go inside the Oasis, anything can happen. You know, like regardless of what the physics of the world is, you leave those behind and you come in Oasis and it's a free for all. So between the Oasis, between the references, between the racing scene at the end, There is a lot to love about this. The main character didn't really seem to show a lot of acting, so we're not sure. Usually when they're like, oh, maybe they're trying to hide whether he can act or not, I'm not sure, because we didn't really get to see a lot of that. It really leaned heavy on the visuals. But this is Steven Spielberg, so it's most likely going to be dope. And if we know anything from the book, even though I haven't read it, I've been hearing that the book is incredible. So if the movie is even, say, like 80% as good as the book, pretty sure we're in for a fun time. So guys, of course, I want to know, what nostalgia reference are you waiting to see in this movie? Like, are you excited to see some Freddy Krueger? Maybe we'll see Jason 2, or maybe we'll see something like some Gremlins or something. Like, what are you interested in seeing? Are you interested in seeing something like from like Tecmo Bowl or something, like just some random old reference that you're interested in? Holla at me. I'm gonna holla at you down in them comments. But before you bounce, gotta remind you guys, you gotta hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right. Check me out. All the videos from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.ThatNERDSoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt, player. And don't forget one for them playettes. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right. There's no better way that I can tell people that you like what you are watching. Come on, man. For real, though. And be good to yourself. Be good to each other. And please, get ready for November. Get your pockets and your wallets and your purses right. Because AMC or Regal or whoever is coming to take that money. Probably going to take all of it. Peace.